What up? Welcome back to another Relentless recap. So, as you're tuning in, be sure to hit that thumbs up, and of course, if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. Today, I'm going to talk about how I was able to make 400 bucks here in the stock market. So, before we get into it, um, the bulk of my gains today actually came from pre-market, and sadly, SEGG, the stock of the day, I missed it. I missed the entire thing. This one stung. I'm feeling a lot of FOMO right now because I thought I had a great day and I did. I traded well. I protected the gains. If we're to switch over to SHPH, pre-market move, also a little bit at the open as well, right? But majority pre-market move here, and then a small consolidation at the open before sell off. We attempted to get the break of 430s a couple times, but you guys will see here we rejected all three times. We also had here, let's see, IVF pre-market, which also into the open, sold off fairly quickly. So, you guys will see this theme around, 1030 or so. We kind of had some stocks selling off. FRSX also was pre-market. One of the stocks that we maybe could have done a little bit better on, but anyhow, um, a bittersweet day because we came in, we did our job. TWG actually, I should have pulled that one up instead. TWG, this one was actually really strong pre-market. We came in, we made something, and again today we did stick to the small size. I did have the intention to size up, but I want to say I was a little timid towards being aggressive, right? I think using the smaller size for so long, especially after trying to size up prematurely, a week ago, right? I think still some fear that needs to be eradicated out of the system because a fearful trader is not a great trader, and we're gunning to be a great trader here. And so I think tomorrow, as long as the momentum is good and the setups are there, we have to put out some more risk, right? TWG, there are two things, right? Two major things today. TWG, in this breakout here, I go to move my car to the other side of the road, right into this red candlestick. One, two, three, four, five. I mean, a little disappointing to, or maybe in one of these red candlesticks, either this one or this one. But anyhow, a little disappointing to come back and kind of like we're already pushing through the highs. So a little frustration there came early because this bear flag red to green here and wedge up just was so clean on the chart, man. Like whether you're trading the open, pre-market, after hours, and a stock has a first leg, then a second leg here. Volume has increased. Volume has increased for the second leg, and then now third leg coming up, and volume is increasing again. No matter what time you're trading of the day, this is something that you can recognize and potentially position yourself. I do have in some aligners. If I sound a little like I have a lisp, right? That's why you can position yourself into setting up for this move. So frustration. And as you can see, at 7 a.m., the first major leg was already like over, unless you're here for like, maybe 6:30, right? So I missed this. And, this breakout here, we didn't really get to capture too much of a move. So missing this one was tough, man. Frustration. This should have really been for pre-market, like the stock I was the biggest screen on. Um, I think highs of 200 and then gave back a little off the top into the move down here, but still, we should have caught this move nicely. But TWG, man, not too bad. But SEGG is the one I'm really wanting to focus on. SHPH, we can pull it up quickly here. We didn't really have like massive trades, a couple of 15, 20 cent winners really in pre-market. SHPH, we took a really good setup here for the 3 bar play around, was that 8:40 a.m. or 8, was it like 8:30 right here? 835 or so. Right here, bit of a flat top push, and also in alignment with a high of day breakout. We got long right here, selling a little higher. Again, like nothing huge on the trades, right? So that was what, like four. We had 380 initially, high of day at 405. So, we got up to 418 and then 447, right? Selling around 20s right there for that trade, which wasn't too bad. That one was decent. And I think we might have had a trade. Yeah, actually, yeah, we did have a trade here as well for the new highs one more time. So a bit of a breakout trade here again, selling into the highs one more time. But nothing huge. Again, kept to the smaller size. Um, into the open. Let me just double check my log here. I can't remember exactly which one it was that I was watching right away. IVF, IVF. Okay, IVF was the one that we all thought initially was going to be the stock of the day because we had this insane consolidation, and finally after, what was that, at like 10-15, we finally broke over the highs right here, and we said to ourselves, here we go. Now notice this is not the pre-market high, which may have been part of the reason why this one wasn't able to go. But anyhow, it's breaking over this resistance here, right? Resistance, again, resistance. Right here, we got above it. It became support. We pulled up, but couldn't hold the level again to go higher. So anyhows, we thought that right here we could see a move through $5, and we were very quickly, abruptly disappointed. Now, I do want to say something again here to myself in terms of lack of size. There was no better opportunity to take size than this trade right here on this move, in my opinion. Um, the initial break of 20, let's see, we had a high of 425 and we pushed up to 440. The stock pulls back right here to 419. And shout out to the team house, shout out to Safe, shout out to all the traders in the chat room, Dash, Beam, all those guys. I'm telling myself this is exactly where the boys are taking size. I'm like, yo, the boys are probably gonna take some size here. Like, I gotta do something. And again, I did nothing. I don't know why I'm having this issue of like just going for it. Like it never this never was a thing. Like this never was a thing. If I didn't take as much size, at least I had size. Now it's like I'm not even taking size to begin with, and it's like, bro, what are you doing with your life? And this was a great setup. 3-bar play, and we ripped all the way to 460 from 420. This right here, I should have had with massive size. Time 10:09. Instead, I'm in at 26:27. I'm in 700 shares. Yeah, I'm in 700 shares at 25. And I add another 700 shares, 38. And it's just not the trade that you would want or need. Oh man, just brutal. We sold at 49, 55, 54, 52. But we should have been in there gigantic size, at least like 5K. And that's not gigantic. It's not 5K is not any sort of real size. Real size is 20. Like, we see Ross Cameron, 20K, 40K, 60K, 80K size. Boom. Like it's nothing. And I'm someone who've been able to take 5K size like it's nothing. And right now, when I have the chance to do it, what's stopping me? Fear. Fear of somehow a great setup like this turning into a big red candle immediately. And I'm in at 420, stopping out at 390 for a massive loss. It's like this thing inside of me is saying, hey, you've worked so hard to get 5 green days, 6 green days in a row. And with one trade, you can wipe out everything. And that is potentially true. But what makes it okay is the fact that we're taking good, strong setups that are giving us a high probability of working out. And on top of that, the good old saying from the rap songs, scared money doesn't make any money. That trade alone, this trade alone, despite all the good trading I had pre-market and the good trades that we had, this trade right here, I had the conviction more than any other trade. I should be in here. Really, with my account is like 30K. I should be in here my entire account, honestly. Like, come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. So we got to do a little bit better there. But the scanners are on point. We didn't have any issues finding the hot stocks today. The scanners were pretty good. The only issue was moving our car. And by the way, on TWG, right? I did choose an appropriate time to move to go, but at the end of the day, this is where we have to do our due diligence and do that stuff the day before, the night before. And my alarm did go off in the evening, but I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Tomorrow we'll do it, which was stupid because why would I wait on a day where I could be busy with trading, right? Like just stupid. Just silly. Like these things is all consistency, right? Like it should never happen. It should never happen. So it's on me. And when I did leave, it was, let's pull up the 5 minute chart, by the way. When I left, it was right here. So it was a little early, but we held up the VWAP. We had a big topping wick right here. And then we came into a red candle. We had lows. It's like, this is like if we're to like fold this body here, right? Of this red candle, it's like a bearish engulfing with topping wick. And I'm like, okay, let me just go move the car quickly. I'll be back. Failing to recognize the volume was a little lower coming down despite the topping wick. It wasn't quite the time for a reversal yet and paid the price of missing this 3 bar play on the 5, which then extended into a monster move, man. So got to be a little bit more careful there. And then the good old bathroom break is why we missed SEGG. Just a little sad. Um, and honestly, when I didn't realize the stock was up. In fact, I wasn't even I didn't realize it was on a multi-day continuation really. Um, when SHPH, or no, when IVF sold off, rather IVF, nothing really was on the scan. So I'm like, okay, time to use the bathroom, kind of just. And then I come back and this thing is like in the moon. And I took a while because I'm like, we already had a great day. We secured the day, like, no rush, no nothing. And then I come back and this stock is this strong. And honestly, I didn't really get to size up in pre-market. We had the opportunity on on IVF at 420. We needed to take that. And God knows what we could have done here with this one giving so many 3 bar plays, right? There was a resumption early, but then initially 3 bar play into a move 3 bar play, quick flag. You guys know for me, right? The key for me to make money is not seeing a Christmas tree. If we come up nicely, I don't want to see, right back down. When this happens, I'm caught stopping out lower in the move. But when a stock is going up like this, there's a high chance I can trade this bull flag right here, sell higher, so forth and so forth. But to come and see that we're halting up here, it's like, man. So I would have loved, I mean, regardless of the dollar amount, whatever it would have been, just the opportunity to trade, see how well I could have done, and also the opportunity to potentially go for size. Because right now I'm like on the verge of like, breaking through. I feel like I'm on the verge. Not the usual recap here. I'm a little all over the place. It's kind of late. But yeah, a quick one just to like go over a little bit of the day. And in terms of the live stream, which I forgot to mention, again, this recap is all over the place. We'll be live maybe one day this week. I don't know. Maybe Thursday, Wednesday. We'll have to see. But tomorrow I'm gonna try again on my own accord. It's definitely a little easier when I'm not live, in terms of like some of the small things like pulling up the right stock on the screen, all that stuff, because there are some moments where you can miss data and you're behind on a trade. But the live stream is not over. There's gonna be days where I do go live, but for now, just definitely just gonna keep building, right? Hit that thumbs up, stay green, stay safe. I'm going to always do a recap if I don't do the live stream at the very least. But yeah, catch you guys in the next one. Bit of a rough recap here.